Dosm's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dosm Rider here with a quick ramble video on the first final official Power Rangers trailer for the movie, and I got my appropriate shirt just like in the Megazord review. And when I said final, I didn't mean it's the final trailer, like it's literally the first one that we've been clamoring for. Side note, before I forget it, this shirt, someone asked me where I got it, or a couple people, in the last video I did where I showed it. It's one of the shirts that they gave out at Comic-Con. I don't remember if it was New York or San Diego. They might have been both. But I got it on eBay. There's a bunch of them there. I got it with like a lot with like the lanyard and like a little pin. So there's a bunch on eBay. But there's also some super cool shirts now that are out at Target and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, the trailer is finally here. People have been clamoring for it forever. It is kind of ridiculous how long it took for it to come out, considering, you know, we have like a teaser trailer for the Justice League, and I think like 3 Spider-Man reboots have been made and canceled within the time that this movie was announced. But it's finally here. I'm not sure the significance of why it happened today on Thursday the 19th. It's like 2 days before Ninja Steel premieres, and like 1 day before Voltron, 1 day before the next season of American Horror Story. I don't know. But there was some rumors about it being around the Super Bowl or something, or on the Super Bowl, but they're just like, to hell with it. Thursday, you get your damn trailer, shut up. So thank you, we'll shut up for like 5 more minutes. But if you don't follow me, then you probably don't know that I love the Power Rangers movie stuff. I really like all the designs. I really like the first teaser. I pretty much like everything we've seen from it. The only thing I really have a problem with is how the large Megazord turned out. But like I said, I really liked this trailer. It had everything I liked about the teaser and more. One of the things I mainly liked about the teaser, given the fact that they mainly just showed off the Rangers, you know, in their human form, which I guess that was the whole trailer, but is that they feel like real people, and that's kind of a hard thing to describe, but it's like in comparison to the show, where they feel like put on characters that you wouldn't meet in real life, that are like either doing a bit of humor that's not real, or like their overly goodiness, which is just, even the goodest of people I've met don't act like that, whereas these people feel real, even right down to the humor. Like, I love that they actually had a funny joke commenting on the classic, you know, the Black Ranger was black back in the day, and then you had like all the nostalgia purists being like, oh, this movie's gonna suck, Zack's not black, and stuff like that. I love that they commented on that, and it's very fitting that this trailer came out was like a day after we got our second Ninja Steel preview clip, in which their humor is like, oh, golly gee, I got the handkerchiefs everywhere, oh! And it's a bunch of like weird, campy humor that doesn't really, it's not really relevant anymore to me. I watch a lot of TV and I can't think of very many things, if anything, that still has that campy, almost Three Stooges-esque humor, and the difference is night and day for me from that put on, this is funny, laugh, laugh, he got injured, or not injured, he was just in a tiff, that's an argument, he was in a debacle, I don't know, but like, that humor's night and day for me, basically. It feels natural, funny, like witty, as opposed to just that stupid stuff. So like, that was something I noticed right away, because like, I watched the preview for Ninja Steel last night and then woke up to the trailer this morning. So yeah. But so that was great. We actually got to see the suits in actual action, which I think look great. I really like the suits in general, and we've seen, it's one of the few things we've actually seen, you know, full-on promo shots of, and not just toys, but like getting to see them in action, I think they look really good. Someone on Twitter pointed out to me, they kind of described it well, is that I like that they're not overly colorful, like in your face. Excuse me, sorry. But they're also still vibrant enough that they have that Power Rangers vibe, and I really like the way they look in person. They just look really cool. My only nitpick, I guess, would be, which we'll have to see how much they do it in the movie, but like when they're in their Zords, their helmets come off, you know, there's a classic Ninja Storm bit. Which I don't mind that. I like that they do that, but I hate that trope in superhero movies where their mask either comes off or it gets ripped, like in Spider-Man, so that you can see the actor, so they can do their craft and you remember that they're in there. I remember they're in there just fine. I want to see the mask. Like, I like seeing them in the mask because I remember they're in there, and like it reminds me that they're 2 different personas or something. I don't know, it's just a thing for me. I just hate that when they always have to take off their masks, or for whatever reason, whether the helmet comes off, it breaks, they're visoring it. Like I said, I like that it does that, but I just don't like the idea of them doing it for prolonged periods of time. But that was like my only real nitpick. Other than that, I think the suits look great. We got a couple more looks at Rita, who I've already talked about that I really like her look. But in the couple shots in here, there's this really cool shot of, I think, when she's getting in Trini's face, where like her eyes are glowing and like the suit's almost like going around her, like kind of like the Venom suit in Spider-Man 3, and like she honestly looks menacing and not like a bargain basement witch with a shrieking voice. Like, we would get laughed out of the theater if we had the stuff from the original MMPR. I love how menacing she actually looks. We actually got our first real look at Zordon, which actually doesn't look anything like that look we got in the VR game, like screenshot of a screenshot. It's kind of like those, I hate to use the comparison that people have been using, but you know those, like, they're like these little metal pin things and you stick your face through it or your hand through it or a shape and it makes a shape. It looks like that. I kind of like the way it looks, and it really captures Bryan Cranston's face, and basically he's not doing any sort of put on voice or anything. It's just Bryan Cranston, which I think works perfectly because his voice has this gravitas, especially for narrating the trailer, that's just great. We got a quick look at Alpha 2, who I really do like his design, as I've mentioned in previous videos, that I think it's a perfect mix of the very alien look and and it still has visual cues from the original design. And we only think it was one line he spoke, but I think Bill Hader really works for what they're going for. So that was really cool. I liked that a lot. We also got some in-shot, or some actual like footage of the Zords finally. They're very quick, so it's like one of those things where you have to keep rewatching it and then like pausing or screen capping or look at other people's screen caps to get a very good look at them. But I think they look really good, and the Megazord I think looks really good. Again, I said I've liked the design, but you know, all we really had was the toys. So we had like the interactive Megazord, and then we had the full-on Megazord that I just reviewed, and then of course we had that one poster that was like got fog over him. So that's like all we've got up until now. And based on like the way the interactive and the large Megazord were, one of them had very minimal colors, like in various places, and it was mainly silver. It was gray, but I'm assuming it was supposed to be silverish, like the trailer shows. That's where I watched the trailer. And then you had like the big one, which the colors were so prominent and too colorful, and I was really hoping that it was going to look like what it looks like, because I think the design for it just looks better when it's almost all prominently that one silvery metallic color with like some slight accents of color. So I think toy-wise, I recommend the interactive Megazord for accuracy. I think it looks way better. I'm glad that it didn't look as awkward as the final big toy version, where you have these huge splotches of color that stick out. So I really like it. I know the opinions are mixed on it, but I personally really like the design of it. And I think the CG looks good. I hate when people say, oh, the CG looks awful. Like, there's very few CG things that really look awful now, and it's, do you know how hard it is to 3D model stuff? I took classes on that years ago, and it's not an easy thing. So it makes me mad when people say that as if like, oh, that's awful, I could do that better in 5 minutes. Just no. But I want to say, keep this in mind. Like, I know opinions are mixed about the designs, and like, you don't have to like them. I personally really like all the stuff we're getting, but designs aren't the most important thing, honestly, regardless. There's been many Sentai or Power Rangers or Riders series where I've loved the suits, but I hated the show. Both shows. Or there have been shows where I wasn't a fan of the suits, but I ended up liking the show. So like, I know the designs are the first thing we see, and that's mainly what we've had to form our opinions on for the last year or whatever, however long we've been getting designs. But honestly, regardless, give it a chance, because that shouldn't be the most important thing. Even if I hated the designs, but the writing was great, that's what's important to me. It's not what the designs look like, or oh no, they only got one weapon, or they're not going to do a cheesy dumb roll call. So just give it a chance, because the designs don't make the content. It should be the writing. Right now I think both look good, but I just always think about that because it's a lot of the same knee-jerk reactions we get when the Sentai or Rider picks first come out and people are like, I'm quitting! And then they don't quit, and then they come back next year, I'm quitting! So yeah, I'm really excited. I think it looks really good. I thought the choice of power for the trailer was kind of perfect. I remember hearing in the Limitless trailer, and I always think of that trailer when I hear that song, but I thought it was perfect. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be good. As I've said in the previous ones, I think they're going in the right direction. I don't think we should be trying to make it a lot like Tokusatsu. in terms of like the flailing suits and the shouting and all that stuff. It's just like, it's one of those things where I can see it from both sides, where like, since I'm into the genre, in a matter of speaking, I get, like, there's certain things that I think that's cool, but like, I can also see, man, we would get laughed out of the theater if we did that. So I think we're going in the right direction. Like I said, I'm excited. Given that this is probably one of the last major things, this might be my last or second to last opinion video before the movie actually comes out. If we do get another trailer that shows something significant, I might do one more, but we're nearing the end of my like thought videos until I eventually probably do some sort of movie review. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you got the Rizzy Podcast at writersrangerambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Dosm Rider, signing out.